I'm scared. I think I heard something.
Hi everyone, my name is Anthony Escobedo, the Chief Naturalist at Dunes Learning Center, a residential environmental learning center located inside the Indiana Dunes National Park. After finding an old article, we've embarked on an adventure together to track what I believe is our local Bigfoot, whom I call Sandsquatch. This is the search for Sandsquatch. Here's the evidence we've gathered so far. After finding an old article, we talked to Professor Audrew, an expert in cryptozoology, who gave us a map. Using a compass and the map, we were able to find the old field station of his team. There we met with Mrs. Lupin, a local homeowner who told us that strange noises come from beyond the creek bed. After we investigated along the creek bed, we found what appears to be the track of Sandsquatch. We were following the tracks until we found some scat and confirmed that the scat could be from Sandsquatch. From there we found a pile of bones and gathered that the skull must be from a deer. We decided to go for a night hike to listen for sounds. Alright guys, I'm geared up and I'm ready to do this. I grabbed a couple more things. I grabbed my light, my headlamps, and my super bright, ultra bright flashlight. And then I also grabbed squirrel because, to be honest, I'm a little scared. But I think I'm ready to do this in the name of science. Let's go. Alright guys, on night hikes like this, it's really important that you stay quiet because other animals, they can hear you. And also, we want to be able to hear the sounds of what's going on around us. Do you hear that? What is that? Come on, it's over this way. Alright guys, it went in here, look. Come on. Oh no. My light's dead. Oh, what is this? Oh my gosh, what is this? Alright, so last night when we went on our night hike to gather some recordings of the sounds that Mrs. Lupin had told us about, and just before our flashlights had died, we discovered this. And we brought it back with us the next morning to get a closer look and make some observations about what it is. And upon first look, it kind of looks like there's some fur of some type. And I'm not really sure what animal this fur belongs to, but we brought it back. It seems like there's two kinds of colorations going on here. One seems like a little lighter color, tan color, and then the other one is like a darker brown color. I don't see any kind of blood or anything like that around it. Personally, I think that this belongs to our Sandsquatch. But I have a colleague who's really good with fur, and I say we give him a call and ask him some questions. So the first question I want to ask is, what animals have fur? And then also with that, why do animals have fur? I also want to find out is, how do scientists use fur in order to gather information? And then finally, I want to find out, why would I find animal fur on a thorn bush? All right? So let's give them a call and see if we can gather some more information about what this fur is.
Hi, Anthony.
Hey, so I'm exploring around the Indiana dunes and I found some fur that I'm not really familiar with. I was hoping that maybe you could help me out.
Sure.
So, what animals have fur?
Well, in a simple way, fur is a defining characteristic of mammals.
And why do animals have the fur?
Animals have fur for a number of reasons. They can use it for protection, for sensory purposes, waterproofing, camouflage, but primarily it's used for thermoregulation.
Thermoregulation, huh?
Thermoregulation. That means it helps to keep their body at a constant temperature. Essentially, it keeps them warm.
Okay. And how do scientists use information from fur to learn?
Oh, scientists can use fur for many things. They can do a genetic analysis on fur to determine the family that animal has come from. This takes a lab and a geneticist to do, but it is a common way that wildlife biologists study families. You can also use the fur to determine what kind of animal it came from.
Yeah, that's the one. How do I do that?
Well, you could do it a few different ways. If you have the entire fur, or sometimes referred to as a pelt, you could use the size of the pelt to help you narrow down what kind of animal it belongs to. For instance, this is an entire pelt from an eastern cotton-tailed rabbit. If the entire pelt's not available, though, you could look at the coloration of the fur. This is a bit more tricky, but there are some animals who have very distinct coloration, like a raccoon, with a face mask and a striped tail.
Okay. And why would I find like fur on a thorn bush?
Oh, maybe the animal was walking through and their fur got caught on one of the thorns.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. And what animals have like brown fur?
Oh, there are lots. For example, things like deer, mink, beaver, squirrel.
Oh no, even like giant beavers and giant deer and giant squirrels?
Huh?
Nothing. I gotta go. Thanks, Alicia. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Alright, so we just gathered a lot of really good information after talking with Alicia. She told us that animals use fur to help them stay warm. And we also learned that scientists use fur in order to help them identify animals, but they can also use it to tell what family animals came from. She suggested that this fur might come from maybe a squirrel or a deer, but personally, I think this fur is much too short to belong to a deer or a squirrel. So I still believe that it's from our Sandsquatch, but we can't say with 100% certainty that it is. So therefore, our hypothesis is not confirmed nor denied. But it does make me excited to go back out there and explore and see what else we can find. Alright folks, so it's been a while since we last found any evidence. We were hiking through this thicker part of the forest here and we're starting to see that it's opening up a little bit, so hopefully where it opens up we can find some more evidence. We're noticing that the forest is changing quite a bit. There's a lot more trees circling all around us. There's a lot more understory. There's plants growing underneath the trees. And then there's a lot more leaves as well on the ground. So hopefully with it opening up we can see a little bit more evidence of our Sandsquatch. So we're gonna look ahead, see what we can find. What is that? Do you guys see that?